to make it a memory for all the fans, all the people, and everyone watching around the world. It truly is the beautiful game. It does take a village, and we are all part of that village. So thank you for what you do, and let's get the show started. First up, we've got a quick video from my colleagues at Fox. Can we roll it?
FIFA officially announced the greatest sporting event on the planet. The world's greatest soccer. It is a party, it's a celebration for the world. Wake up, America, it's time to go again. Truly an event like no other.
This is incredible. This is going to be the biggest, the best World Cup.
Fans are ready for this one?
The world is tuning in. Billions of people around the world, and so little in this world that unites us as a country, unites us as a
That is a sensational finish. Absolute view. It doesn't get better. There's just so much quality. Look at that.
And these scenes will live forever.
I love that. I love that. The beautiful game, a perfect example that it's more than just what happens on the field. It's a little bit of everything. Pretty awesome. Right now, I'd like to turn things over to the host of today's event, the 20th U.S. Transportation Secretary, Sean P. Duffy.
How great is this? We have Kobe here emceeing our event. He is a legend, a National Soccer Hall of Famer, a three-time World Cup player, Fox Sports analyst. So Kobe, thank you for being here. Thank you for doing this for us. Again, bringing so much energy in a week of great soccer energy with the FIFA draw tomorrow. So we are truly grateful for that. Hey, everybody. Yeah. Welcome to DOT. Thank you all for coming. Listen, we are excited. Tomorrow is going to be a great day at the Kennedy Center. President Trump is going to be there. Thousands of people are going to be in attendance. But around the world, 1 billion people are going to tune in to watch the draw at the Kennedy Center. So we're excited that we're kicking the event off today here at DOT. We're excited about FIFA. The president is excited about FIFA because it's a great sporting event, but it's going to come to America on our 250th anniversary. And again, in America, we love sports. We love to celebrate our birthdays. So to combine those two things together is going to be absolutely fantastic. On top of that, at the White House, we're going to have the first ever UFC fight as well. So it's going to be a great celebration of America's 250th birthday. as we look to these games, right, we're going to have 6 million people that are going to come into the United States to watch these games. So I've talked with state, I've talked with Homeland, we've partnered together. The president has given this directive. If you're watching around the world, we're going to make travel seamless for you as you come into the country. We're going to make it as easy as possible so you can come in and enjoy the great World Cup event that's going to go off. Some people have wondered, well, we're here at DOT. Why are we at DOT? What do you have to do with FIFA and the World Cup and soccer? I don't want to overstate it, but I think we may be more important than the coaches, the refs, maybe the players. I'm not sure. We have a big role in making sure that this event goes off really well. And so I just want to talk about that a little bit, because people move throughout the country during the World Cup on planes, trains, and automobiles. And so first, we have the FAA. The FAA knows we're going to have a lot of international travel that comes into the country. And then as people get to the U.S., a lot of people are going to travel by airplane between the host cities. We are clearing the skies, clearing the decks, making sure air travel is going to be seamless. The FAA is already working on that. The one thing we can't control is the weather. So if we have weather issues that pop up, I don't have any control on that. But the FAA is working to make sure air travel goes incredibly well. Rail, we're prepping our tracks, making sure we have enough cars as fans go between host cities, making sure that our rail runs on time, our rail is safe. All that work is happening right now as we prep for a massive number of fans coming into the country. Motor carriers, incredibly important as people travel between host cities on buses.
Saludos amigos de TampaHoy.com, mi nombre es José Ángel Acevedo y estamos aquí conectados con ustedes porque ya inició la fiebre de la FIFA y en estos momentos estamos viendo una conferencia de prensa en la que todo el equipo de la FIFA está realizando detalles sobre los últimos detalles que están ultimando para el evento que se va a realizar mañana viernes 5 de diciembre, porque mañana ya es el sorteo de la FIFA. Y ustedes saben que este año hay un cambio bastante afirmativo que acaban de mencionar en este evento de esta mañana de hoy. Mañana van a realizar solamente el sorteo. Sin embargo, mañana es 5 de diciembre y el sábado es que van a decir cuál es literalmente el calendario completo de todos estos juegos que se van a estar realizando y el calendario que se va a estar realizando sobre la FIFA aquí en Estados Unidos. Estamos escuchando en estos momentos detalles sobre todo lo que están hablando del transporte, porque según ellos están diciendo que una de las cosas más importantes para ellos es que esos 32 equipos siempre estén lleguen a tiempo a sus juegos, sin embargo, a sus partidos. Sin embargo, en los pasados experiencias que han tenido, los han detenido. Muchas veces las autoridades han detenido a los vehículos de estos equipos cuando van de camino a sus partidos. Pero en estos momentos estamos escuchando al director del Departamento de Transporte que está a cargo de estos detalles de transporte para que los equipos que están en la FIFA, que van a estar durante el verano de junio a julio del verano, van a estar estos equipos y bueno, ellos están asegurando que su transporte se vaya a ser perfecto en Estados Unidos y en esas localidades donde van a estar realizándose los juegos. para el próximo año. Esos son los detalles que están dando en estos momentos en esta conferencia de prensa que estamos viendo completamente en vivo a través de tampahoy.com. Ahora les voy a dar un resumen nuevamente para esas personas que se acaban de conectar a través de nuestras plataformas, ya que tengo un poquito más de información según lo que va mencionando el director de transporte de la FIFA. Vamos a verificar nuevamente por aquí. Ya estamos listos. Nuevamente por aquí. A todas esas personas que se están conectando a través de nuestras redes sociales, estamos viendo en vivo una conferencia de prensa de la FIFA que están ya preparándose para el sorteo de la FIFA mañana 5 de diciembre. Y esto es porque ellos están asegurándose de que las personas sepan que ellos están tomando todos los detalles para que sea perfecta esta tradición que nuevamente después de 30 años regresa a Estados Unidos. Mañana viernes 5 de diciembre van a estar haciendo el sorteo de los grupos, pero el calendario oficial no se va a revelar hasta el día siguiente, que sería el sábado 6 de diciembre, y esto ha generado mucho movimiento logístico para poder coordinar el anuncio en estas dos partes. En estos momentos estamos viendo en vivo esta conferencia de prensa que se está realizando en Estados Unidos y vamos a escuchar un poquito sobre cuáles son esos nuevos detalles que van a brindar ahora y quién va a hablar en estos momentos en la conferencia de prensa.
Well, good morning, everybody. And one day till the draw here coming up at the Kennedy Center. Very, very exciting. You know, I thought this week that I might, or the White House task force on the World Cup, might have the busiest week in Washington. But looking at what the Department of Transportation has done just in the last couple days with Dulles Airport and a commitment to making it a great gateway for our nation's capital, and then, of course, with the incredible announcement yesterday with President Trump in reducing CAFE standards to make cars more affordable. Really, congratulations to you, Secretary Duffy, and the transportation team here. So to all of you guys, a round of applause for making transportation more seamless for Americans. I also want to give a real shout out to the umbilical cord from the Department of Transportation to the White House task force, the hard workers. You know, Secretary Duffy's a hard worker, but Secretary Duffy and I, we get the opportunity to come up here and speak with you and get to talk to Kobe Jones and all that stuff. But some people, like my staff, need to actually do the hard work. Well, at the Department of Transportation, along with Secretary Duffy, that's Chief of Staff Pete Meacham, Ben Segrist, and Felicia Alexander, who we talk with on a daily basis and are doing everything they possibly can, not just to give Americans and international visitors a seamless visit here as they come for this mega event that is going to be the World Cup, but really the greatest and safe transportation experience that they'll have. And I'll tell you one of the experiences that I've already had with them. As many of you already know, we had the Club World Cup earlier this summer, and the semifinals and finals were in the Meadowlands at MetLife Stadium. I believe it'll be known as New York, New Jersey Stadium. I have to put New York first as a New Yorker. Some of you may know that I am a New Yorker. I like to mention it on occasion that, by the way, I'm a New Yorker. But we had a great experience before the semifinal going from, I think I started at Penn Station, but I met the rest of the team at the New Jersey Transit Hub. We then ended up taking a bus to Secaucus Junction, and then from Secaucus Junction, we took the train with many Brazilian and Chelsea fans. Chelsea obviously went on to win that, and that was such a great experience that a few days later, President Trump invited me to go to the game on Marine One when he gave out the final. And Secretary Duffy, Pete, Ben, Felicia, I can honestly say that my time going to MetLife with you that Wednesday, it was one of the best couple of experiences I had had that week going to MetLife Stadium. But truly the size and scope of this tournament is amazing. When you think about how many people will be coming to the United States, as Secretary Duffy said, over 6 million people. But when you think about how many people will be watching the United States of America alone, an average Super Bowl gets about 130 million people. For this World Cup final, FIFA is projecting over 2 billion people to be watching. Really, the world will be watching. And when you think about the logistical issues that come with moving people, these 6 million people, and that's not to mention all the Americans that are coming here for America 250 events, celebrating over our 250th birthday, to go from Boston to New York to Philadelphia, Houston to Dallas, Kansas City, to maybe watch the opening game for the United States of America in Los Angeles, then up to Seattle, then down to San Francisco. I mean, it is going to truly take every method of transportation necessary. And a key part of that, and I mentioned this before, but something that I talk about with President Trump almost every time that we talk about the World Cup, is making it safe and secure, doing everything we possibly can to make sure that not just Americans that have the opportunity to go to games or to go to fan fests or enjoy the incredible birthday experiences that we'll be having over America 250 have a great trip. But part of that is making sure that they have a safe trip and a safe trip home to their family. So we're focusing on making sure from a safety and security standpoint around the stadiums, in the diplomatic hotels, but certainly on the railways, on planes, on buses, that Americans, that those international tourists have a safe transit experience and that they're able to come back to their home country telling how incredible the United States of America is as a host. And just a little bit more of the scope of this, because it really, really is amazing. 104 games, 78 in the United States of America, 11 host cities. What we'll be finding out here tomorrow is where many of those teams will be playing. But what we'll also be finding out over the next month are maybe some of the cities around the United States of America that has not been the focus of this World Cup, where teams will base for the better part of a year. Think about if Argentina draws the Northeast. They very well could be based in Alexandria, Virginia, or maybe Providence, Rhode Island. If Brazil draws the West Coast, they could be in Boise, Idaho. The amount of international visitors that will actually come to the United States of America, regardless of whether or not they have a ticket, so that way they can enjoy what is going to be a mega event, this truly greatest event in human history, which is the World Cup. One final thought, because I think this is so key on our 250th birthday, as we approach our 250th birthday. I really believe the World Cup is the best opportunity for us as a country to show the greatness, true American exceptionalism in our first 250 years, and then the hope and promise of our next 250 years, and how people move about this incredible country that is the United States of America is such a key to that story. So, Secretary Duffy, thank you so much for the time. I know we want to get on to Kobe Jones, guys that actually can kick the soccer balls. The thing that I've learned in this job is you're not allowed to use your hands here. So don't use your hands. You get red cards. So here's my red card. I'm getting off of here. And let's make sure we have really the greatest sporting event in the history of the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're now going to turn to FIFA's Chief Business and Strategy Officer, someone that I've known for quite some time working within U.S. soccer and over the years here within the United States in the soccer world, Amy Hopfinger.
Good morning. First, I'd just like to share our thank you on behalf of FIFA to the Department of Transportation for bringing this group together. It's so great to see so many dedicated state, local, federal, private sector, public sector, some of our host cities here, some of my FIFA colleagues. So thanks for taking the time this morning. I know it's a busy week for a lot of us. We have a big day ahead of us tomorrow. But on behalf of FIFA, on behalf of the FIFA World Cup 26, I'd like to thank Secretary Duffy and his entire team for their commitment to supporting next summer's FIFA World Cup. And ensuring travelers and transportation is a vital part of that success. The speed with which this administration and the care with which this administration has approached the FIFA World Cup is really second to none. You've heard from a few speakers today. What we've been able to accomplish over the last 10, 11 months is really remarkable. And it's on behalf of the administration, the agencies that we've been able to work with, our FIFA colleagues and our host cities that we are at this place today and ready to announce a schedule tomorrow and then again on Saturday, where we'll really be able to kickstart that next phase of planning. We're 189 days away from the largest sporting event in the history of the world. So no pressure to everyone in this room, but we are excited about welcoming over 6 million ticket holders. We're looking at $30 million in financial economic impact to the United States. That is second to none. We really need to make sure that we are ready to welcome the world. We have this opportunity, this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and we need to meet that mark. Next summer's tournament presents unique challenges to our transportation systems, not only with the footprint across the United States, but also cross-border travel with our partners in Canada and Mexico. We've worked hand in hand with our host city committees on mobility planning, wayfinding, and messaging so fans can safely travel to and from matches next summer. We're grateful to DOT for their support of the host cities in this process, and we'll work to ensure consistent messaging, communication, and collaboration with local authorities across all of our venues to provide a seamless experience and travel around the stadiums. In the months ahead, we look forward to working with you all to ensure a safe and successful FIFA World Cup, smooth travel experiences, transportation for soccer fans around the globe, and to make sure that the United States is ready to welcome the world in less than 200 days. Thanks again to Secretary Duffy, to the FTA Administrator, to the rest of the Department of Transportation staff, to our partners in the White House Task Force and our host cities for organizing today's summit and for being part of it. It's great to see so much energy and excitement around transportation. And looking forward to the next couple days here in DC and then the next final sprint as we get ready for 26. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Appreciate that. Now we're going to bring up someone that has been within the soccer world in a variety of different ways over the years. Children himself enjoying the game, and now a very important position within U.S. Soccer. We're bringing up U.S. Soccer Federation incoming COO, Dan Helfrich.
Thank you to Secretary Duffy and to everybody for assembling this group. And while we at U.S. Soccer are extraordinarily excited for all 48 teams that will compete, we're really excited about the one that will be wearing the red, white, and blue. I don't come here with predictions for how our team will fare, but I will tell you that over the last few months, you can see palpably the energy, the passion, the grit, and the tenacity that our team will bring to the field in June, and they will challenge the world's best for sure. It was interesting, Secretary Duffy referenced Herb Brooks. I was with our coach Mauricio earlier this week, and he actually said, true story, he had just watched Miracle on the plane, and it got him extraordinarily excited for this summer. And while we are focused on an extraordinary event and an extraordinary performance for our team, I did want to share that our focus at U.S. Soccer is squarely on the legacy that this event and then the Olympics and then the 2031 Women's World Cup should create for our sport in this country. And we are investing in the sport, including in the Arthur Blank National Training Center in Atlanta, which will open this spring. But what we're really focused on is what we're calling Soccer Forward, which is our legacy initiative to make soccer the most played and the most accessible sport in the United States for everyone, so that everyone can achieve their highest ambition without regard for finance. And so with that focus, we thank the secretary and the entire team for getting everyone to the matches, in particular for our fans. And we thank you in advance for your support of U.S. soccer, not just in this event, but for what it will create in terms of momentum for our mission-driven impact sport.
All right. I want to bring up someone special here now. This is going to be Congressman Darren LaHood, the chairman of the Congressional Soccer Caucus and a strong advocate for the World Cup. He's going to be coming up to speak, but just before he does, I got to say, if you haven't been out to the Congressional Soccer match, you got to go, because it is something special to see all the Congress people out there competing, at a high level on the pitch. And Congressman LaHood, please.
USA, USA, USA. Thank you, Kobe. What a great day for our country and a great day for America to be here, and a big week for soccer. I want to thank Secretary Duffy and his team for hosting us here today at this beautiful venue, and to talk a little bit about soccer and the World Cup. As everybody knows, the U.S. is not shy about doing big events. But when you think about what the World Cup encompasses for next summer, this is a massive undertaking, as we've heard from a lot of the speakers and particularly from Secretary Duffy. But to put it in perspective, this will be the largest sporting event in the history of the world. It'll be the first time that 3 countries host the World Cup: Canada, Mexico, and the United States. We expand the World Cup for the first time from 32 to 48 teams coming to the United States. As I tell my colleagues, we're going to have 104 Super Bowls in 39 days simultaneously. 11 venues in the United States, 2 in Canada, 3 in Mexico. And so this is a massive undertaking, a $30 billion economic impact on the United States. And that's the stage that's been set for next summer. And I want to just commend President Trump and the White House for their investment in this World Cup. Going back to the first Trump administration, when we submitted for the bid, it was a team effort to get this bid. But President Trump was front and center in helping to secure the bid for 2026. And now we're less than 7 months away from having this happen. In Congress, we've done a number of things to help our 11 host cities. Early this year, we got a $625 million appropriations that goes to our 11 host cities for security, for helping our police, for helping on logistics for those 11 host cities, which is vitally important. Secondly, $525 million for anti-drone technology for the 11 host cities, which plays an integral part on the security apparatus for the 11 host cities. So we've been very involved at the congressional level on those dollars, putting our money where our mouth is in terms of infrastructure and security that we need for the World Cup. And so I've been awful proud to play a role in Congress with the White House Task Force and all of our partners you've heard from today to make this the most successful World Cup in the history. And we have a generational opportunity for this country. Soccer is the fastest growing sport in the United States. It's the sport that's the most popular in the world. But this World Cup, what it'll mean for the United States, for our youth programs, and for our country, will have a generational impact for the future. And all of you in this room and the people we've heard today will play a role in that. And we look forward to working hard over the next 7 months to make this such a big success for the United States. Thank you, everybody.
And lastly, we'll have the Federal Transit Administrator, Mark Molinaro. Please join me on stage.
I have the very difficult task of being the sixth speaker, which means only one thing. Everything has been said, but not everyone has yet said it. And so it is my job to inspire you off into our breakout sessions, encourage you to really dive in. This is a pep rally. Kobe and I were saying a little bit more. We need a little more energy from you. I noted Sean McMaster wasn't clapping loud enough from Highway. And the transit agencies, you're going to be moving millions of people around this country. Cheer for that. You're on the front line. Come on. First, let me do some housekeeping. In about an hour, we're going to do 2 breakout sessions. You likely know, one on ride sharing, one on wayfinding. You'll find them over in the media center. Please find your way there. There are a number of partners in the back, including those from USDOT. Please take an opportunity to get information that they're distributing, including our playbook from the FTA, our big event playbook. We hope that it's a good tool for transit agencies, those in the charter sector. We're trying to clarify some of the rules, make sure you understand all the game plans, and that you're engaged and ready to go. But this is an exciting time to be working at the United States Department of Transportation, because we are not only going to be moving goods and services, but we're going to be moving millions of people around the country. For this one opportunity when America gets to play on the main stage in soccer, and the world is going to be watching. And so to my friends in transit agencies all across the country, we are grateful for the work that you've done to prepare, but we have so much more to do. We need to be sure, as President Trump and Secretary Duffy have made perfectly clear, the experience those millions of fans, those athletes, those coaches, and everyone associated with World Cup, the experience they have can be made or broken on a transit experience. Be very clear. Transit agencies will be that moment of connection. And we want to be sure that the experience folks have is not only safe, but enjoyable. We have to be on our A game. And the U.S. Department of Transportation and FTA is your partner to ensure that that happens. And it is clearly a wonderful opportunity. And so whether it's a ferry boat or a subway, whether on a platform or a bus, there needs to be a safe, reliable, accessible, and efficient system. There needs to be connectivity. We want our host cities and our transit agencies talking to one another, engaging with one another, and planning together. We have to be on our A game. And I have absolute faith that the transit organizations, our partners in the private sector who play an important role in charter service, you are all prepared for this moment. It is an exciting time to be an American. We will host the World Cup. We will celebrate the 250th anniversary of our independence. And we will put on the best show, the best display, and the best set of games the world has ever known. But it is up to us. And so together, whether it's investment in projects that will create accessibility and reliability in host cities, the president has already, under Secretary Duffy's leadership, invested millions of dollars. We need those projects done. Whether it's partnership with all of the modes and those of us at FTA to ensure that you understand the rules and regulations, that we have the resources ready to go, partnering with our friends in Congress. We want to be sure that we are continuing to row in the same direction, all so very critically important. And lastly, this will be our opportunity, I think, certainly, and we've said it, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to showcase the strength, the innovation, and the reliability of American transit all across this country. And so together, I think we're going to meet the president's expectation. We will meet Secretary Duffy's mission, and we will put on the best games the world has ever known. Let's go, USA. So, Kobe, my notes say I'm closing, but I think you're closing. So if Kobe did not show up today, they were going to make me be the MC. And I said I'd have to know the names. There's 5 or 6 names. And they said, well, one of them's Duffy. Do you know that one? I said, yes. They said, the other one's Molinaro. Do you know that one? I said, yes. The rest, I don't know, problematic. Kobe, get to the breakout sessions in an hour. Thanks very much.
All right, well, as we close out this portion of the programming, there's somebody special that wanted to chime in. So my good friend Alexi Lawless has something to say. He wishes he could be here today, and I think we're going to roll.
Greetings, Alexi Lawless here. Thank you so much, Secretary Duffy, for having everybody here today, and thank you to the Department of Transportation that is literally going to get us around next summer during the biggest World Cup in history. 48 teams, 104 games with our friends to the north, Canada, our friends to the south, Mexico. It is going to be a soccer extravaganza next summer. And we thank you for all of the help, for getting all of the people that are here that are going to enjoy the World Cup, and everybody around the world that's going to come to the United States to enjoy the World Cup.
Thank you all for coming, and remember to enjoy the beautiful game.